Welcome everyone to the Horror Cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Stephen Price. What's up, Stephen?
Hello there.
All right. So originally, when we heard that this movie was going to be made, um, I for one was on the fence because we heard stuff that they were going to erase Halloween 2, which I love that movie. Do you like that movie, Halloween 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. For me, one and two were like really a package deal together, right? And it was really excellent, excellent, like the best horror movies, one and two, you know? Yes, then we had three, which season of which was different. I liked it though. And then I liked four, I liked five, and then six started getting whatever, and then it started getting H2O, Resurrection, and then we got the Rob Zombie films. Now, I liked the first one, but of course, I didn't like it better than the original. And then the second one just went off in weird directions. And then we heard that there was this battle between Rob Zombie and John Carpenter about Michael Myers. And Rob Zombie said, like, basically, Michael Myers is immortal. And then John Carpenter's like, no, he's not. And then Rob Zombie's like, I'm paraphrasing. I'm not using the exact script that they exact said to each other. But he says, have you seen the Halloween movies? And I guess John Carpenter, after he made one and two, he let them do their thing, and he didn't really watch them. So he didn't really see that he just keeps coming back, coming back, coming back. But they kind of did that in Halloween 2 also, 1 and 2. So he's like upset because he's like, he didn't want the last Halloween, if there was going to be a last Halloween, he didn't want it to be by Rob Zombie. And he wanted to do one to show that Michael Myers is mortal, meaning that if he made a movie, he would kill Michael Myers off definitely at the end. Now, so basically, he went to the movie company, and then Danny McBride got involved to write the script. And Danny McBride had a thing: why don't we just wipe all the sequels out of the way? And then John Carpenter's like, why don't we just wipe two also? Which is a shocking thing because a lot of people like to. So when we heard this, I was like, oh, here we go. An ego sequel, meaning the sequel is only going to be made because of the guy's ego. And he doesn't care about the fans, just going to make it boom just to appease his ego that Michael Myers is mortal. And I'm not on. And then they said that for the fans that are upset, that this is an alternate timeline because they don't want everybody getting upset, that they're interfering with two. They said that everything happens the way it happens with one, except for the end was different a little bit, which they'll tell exactly what happens, which probably he falls off the balcony, he doesn't escape, he just gets captured, and that's probably how it's going to be. And all the movies that came after are not going to happen. So I was really right away upset. I'm like, oh, I hate when they retcon stuff and they just erase things. Then we heard the test screenings were really bad. They didn't like the ending. They didn't like certain things. They said that the movie was like sinister. The movie was like all the horror movies that have been out, streamed, like a whole bunch of things. So then they spent more money for reshoots and rewrites and different things. And now we finally got a trailer, I believe, with all the reshoots and everything. I believe they fixed everything they had to fix that people had problems with. And I got to tell you, I'm very surprised because I absolutely adored and loved this trailer. And what did you think?
I was, start off with, I only liked the first two Halloween movies. I didn't like the rest. I thought they were terrible. Didn't like them at all. I mean, the ones with Michael Myers. I did enjoy the third, season of The Witch.
Yes.
H2O, terrible. But this trailer really shocked me. It looks awesome. They've really, I think it's going to be massive hit, yeah.
It's stunning.
And the part where they show part of him, I think it's a reporter, and he says, "Here we are, Michael," and he shows him the mask. that was
That was great.
was spooky, like, you know.
Yeah. And then he gets the mask. It kills
Yeah,
I guess, the reporter's partner or
yeah.
something.
And I like the part where it showed the drawing of Donald Pleasance.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I really love this trailer. I have nothing bad to say about this trailer. Jamie Lee Curtis looks fabulous, right? I
Yeah,
mean, and she's been training
yeah,
weapons and models and the model dummies, and she wanted him to escape so she can kill him.
yeah,
And it turns out he does escape. But then, she got what she wanted. But of course, she has children, I guess, and grandchildren, right?
yeah.
And now they're going to be in the mix, and she's concerned. And then he's going to start killing everybody. Now, I saw that they did the classic thing with the sheet from the first one
Yeah.
as a nod. They also did a thing with the kid bumping into him. I think what I really like is the closet scene
Yeah, yeah,
where she's trying to close the closet.
yeah,
That really, I love that. I
yeah,
mean, the mask is actually the mask, but aged, of course.
yeah.
Beat up, worn around, 35 years or whatever the hell years old, right? And it looks terrifying.
Yes.
And did you know that for like one scene, they got the original Michael Myers from the first one to put on the mask and attack
Right.
Jamie Lee Curtis for one scene.
Yeah.
And then they got the new Michael Myers. The guy, there's an actor now that's a new Michael Myers, but as like an Easter egg and a nod to the fans, the original
Yeah.
Michael Myers does put the mask on and attacks her for a scene.
Yeah.
And it's just, at first I thought he was going to be in the whole movie, but no, he's in his 70s, I think, the
Yeah.
original Michael Myers. So, but they gave him one scene, and you know what? That's fantastic. That's really nice. So I'm on board with this. I'm going to have faith that this is going to be excellent. It comes out on October 19th from Universal. It is basically directed by David Gordon Green, produced by Malik Akkad, Jason Blum, for Blumhouse, obviously, Bill Block, written by Jeff Fradley, Danny McBride, and David Gordon Green. It's based on characters by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. Stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Andy Matchalack, Will Patton, Virginia Gardner, Nick Castle. Music, of course, the score is by John Carpenter again. Now, originally, they were going to have somebody else do it, and somebody else came up with this, preview that I did a review on, and I hated it, and a lot of people hated it, and then it turns out, I guess, John Carpenter's like, nah, I'm going to do it myself, which is fantastic, because I don't want anybody else doing it but him. Cinematography is by Michael Simmons. Production companies, Blumhouse Productions, Miramax Films, Francis International Films, distributed by Universal Pictures. So again, Halloween is coming in October. Now, as I've said before in the cast the other night, don't think for a minute that this is the final one. Now, what is that? What do I mean by that? Well, yes, supposedly Michael Myers dies in this. But if this movie, as you know, Steven, when these movies make massive amount of money,
Yeah.
the movie companies want more, obviously. But any other Halloween movies will be set in a different universe, whether it be sequels to the original or whatever. So more than likely, there's going to be another Halloween, but this will be the final one with Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter and stuff like that. So I am going to cross my fingers and hope for the best, and I'm sure we will see more Halloweens in the future. Just, not this type, though. So you loved 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there any of the other ones that you thought were like okay? I mean, I know you like 3, but 3 had nothing to do with Michael Myers.
No.
But like, did you like anything at all about 4 with the little girl or no? Like his
No.
niece? No. Okay.
No. Didn't seem the same.
What do you think was the worst one?
The H2O. I think that one was the worst I've seen.
Oh, Curse of Michael Myers, maybe.
I thought, oh no.
I know. There is when crap is crap, right?
Yeah, I watched it. I thought, what is this like? You know?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. What about the Rob Zombie one, the last one with the unicorn and the weird crap like that? That was weird.
I've seen the first one. Can't even remember the second one. I have seen it, but I can't.
The second one was, I think, well, the Rob Zombie second one was the worst, and also H2O. I hated H2O.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't like movies when, here's the thing, you know me, I don't like things erasing history or retconning, they call it. And when H2O basically canceled out, I guess 4, 5, and 6, I was like, because it was kind of a continuing story.
Because John Carpenter had done The Thing back in the 80s. The Thing.
Yes.
And he done a prequel.
Yes.
The prequel. I'd like to see a continuation of what happened.
Yes. Everybody would. I mean, we wouldn't know. They were left the 2 guys in the right, and you don't know which one was the Thing and which one wasn't. And it was, but they only had the prequel, which, maybe they'll do that. No.
Very good, that was.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Halloween. And have you seen any horror movies recently?
Yes. One is called Would You Rather.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah, that's good.
I just recently saw the new Hellraiser.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I thought it was...
I really loved...
I thought that was going to be terrible.
Me too.
Without Doug Bradley as Pinhead, but I thought it was great. At
first, they lost me. The first 5 minutes, I was like, oh, what is this? 10 minutes, right? But then I'm like, oh, this is a cool thing. Yeah. And then they introduced heaven into this, like God and heaven, and they're working together. And I'm like, ooh, with angels and stuff, right? And I'm like, this is interesting. And I think this is like I really like this movie because, I mean, you saw it, right? The whole thing. So, spoilers, like if anybody didn't see it, don't watch this video now. But Pinhead defies the angel and God's orders. And because he did that, he's like, well, how could God, like the angel's like, we'll make you suffer. And he's like, how dare you talk to me about suffering? I'm the king of suffering. You can never make me suffer more than anything. I've endured every type of torture. But obviously he hasn't, because the biggest torture would be him not even being hurt, but him just not being the leader of anything anymore. Just a normal person in an alley. Just nothing. And God just put him on earth as a regular bum in the street, in the alley, with no powers, no leadership, no nothing. And he's screaming because the realization that he lost everything, and now he has to live in this body. Yeah. Which I know the other guys continue to torture, and they continue to do that somewhere else in Germany, but Pinhead's done. And I'm like, wow, that is unreal. This movie was really good. I liked it a lot. So, did you like that too?
Yeah. The one I was disappointed with was Leatherface.
Yeah. Leatherface. Which, that was a weird twist, right?
Yeah.
That the guy we thought was Leatherface, and he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Right? I was like, oh, that's weird. And then the weirdest thing is that they're doing another one. But I guess they're I don't know. I don't know if it's a reboot or a sequel or I don't whatever. But they're doing another Leatherface, which is the weirdest thing.
Mm.
And that was surprisingly that came out pretty quick. I
Mm.
mean, I was on TV, like I was like, oh my god, like I was watched it, and it was like we were talking about it, and then boom, it didn't even make the theaters. It was like boom, right on, on, excuse me, on demand. So that was interesting. Have you seen the Ash vs. Evil Dead finale?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think?
It was good, but why cancel the show? Like, it was so good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And it's so weird how it ends on a cliffhanger because they were supposed to do the next season in the future, and it
Yeah.
just ends like that. And then I guess because Bruce Campbell was annoyed that it got canceled because he felt it shouldn't have.
Can't Netflix or Amazon get it?
Well, he retired. That's the whole thing. They were trying to get it on Netflix. They're trying to get it. He says, no, I'm done because he feels, look, you should have tried the hardest you could when it was being made. And now you're going to make him wait a year and 2 years. And he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be bothered with. Is it coming back? Is it coming back? Is it going to come back? He doesn't want everybody to keep bothering about it for 10, 20 years. So he's like, you know what? I'm making the decision. I'm out totally. So nobody asked me to come back anymore. He's like, I'm not doing anything. And he's like, but he said that the Evil Dead franchise is probably going to continue without him, like the Evil Dead universe, whether it be the characters from the show or new characters or wherever, whether they do a sequel to that reboot or they do something else entirely. He says they're probably going to make a movie, and it probably has nothing to do with him. Or they'll probably mention him, but he's not,
We done a remake, which was very good.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see the second one now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah. And
about The Walking Dead, about Andrew Lincoln leaving. What's going to happen about Negan? Will Negan join the gang then, or is he still imprisoned? What's going to happen to him?
you know what? I'm kind of confused because Maggie's also leaving too.
Yeah.
And Daryl is not going to keep Negan alive when Negan tortured him.
Yeah.
So Daryl's going to kill Negan, right? I mean, that wouldn't make any sense in any way that Daryl would keep Negan alive.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: we don't even know if Rick is going to die, though. We're all assuming that Rick's going to die. They could do different things, like he could get hurt and then have amnesia and then come back years later, or he could be lost and you think he dies and he didn't. I mean, they don't have to kill him.
No.
Same thing like Maggie. Him and her could be somewhere and then boom, or they could be captured by another group or whatever. Yeah. You don't have to kill him. And I think that if you do kill him and if the show fails, you have no way to bring it back, I love Norman Reedus as Daryl, but I do not think he could be a leader at all.
No.
Because he's made too many mistakes with his emotions that caused a lot of people to die. So he's like a right-hand man, your first in command. But as long as he listens, he's definitely not a leader. And Michonne, I mean, she could lead, but I don't think she would be a better leader than Daryl. But Negan definitely can't lead because Negan is the villain. They're probably going to kill Negan too, honestly, because it's totally different from the comics now. So they probably will kill Negan at the end of next season, which is sad, but what are you going to do,
Could Negan kill Rick? You never know.
He could kill Maggie. I know fans will get upset. He could kill both of them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that this new showrunner wants to clean house too. I think that they want to wipe out some people. I mean, some people are alive that should not be alive. Like Father Gabriel's been around a while. Rosita. I mean, there's a lot of people that haven't died. Period. Even with the war, I thought people were going to die. No, nobody's dying. So it's like, oh, okay. I think there should be some type of wipe out people type of thing, you know. And then have fresh maybe, but I still I'm not. I think I'm gonna stop watching it though when Rick's gone. What about you?
No, I'll carry on watching it.
Yeah, for me that's the deal breaker for me. Like unlike Doctor Who with different things, but for me with Walking Dead, Rick being gone, to me Rick is the whole show. It starts with Rick and ends with Rick.
If they don't kill him, it'll be better then because he could come back in a year or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know he wants to make movies, and the main thing though is I know he was upset and he was not happy that they killed Carl. I mean, he was just not, because it ruins his character. It just doesn't make any sense for his character to carry on without Carl, and he was not happy with that. Where that was like the deal breaker for him, that I'm gonna leave. So he's the one that wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay.
Yeah, he could have stayed on if he wanted to.
Yeah, you don't want to. Nah, I don't agree with this. And I got to tell you, I think that was a jump in the shark moment, too. I think that Scott B. Gimple killing Carl like that will forever be what destroyed the show and got people to want to leave and screw things up. So I think he really damaged the show beyond repair. And I think that will go down in history as the stupidest moment they've ever done.
I watched... I'm on season 2 of the what's it called? The other series to do with what's it called?
Oh, Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
That got good though. That really got better. I mean, right now it's really good.
I'm on the second episode of The Boat.
Okay.
Season 2.
Okay, it gets way better than that too. It's amazing. I got to tell you, I was very surprised too. And they're ahead. They're now in line with Walking Dead now. Same time they caught up because
one of the actors from The Walking Dead has joined.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now because you know what it is, The Walking Dead took place in the span of weeks, or a week. The whole season was like a week or two. They've been going years, so they caught up to each other now. They're on the same playing field. Of course, they're very far from each other, though. Yeah. So the fact that they could find out where Morgan is very rare because there's no way to trace him, obviously. But so this is like a walkie-talkie thing or something. I don't know. All right, so this has been the Horrorcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Notifications on. Thank you, Stephen Price.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye for now.